So, got off Mickey and Minnie's, and we're on our way to Toy Story Land. We decided to do a little detour for our...
Yes, because on the way over there, they have the One Man's Dream exhibit, which is all about Walt Disney, how he got into entertainment, how he started the Walt Disney Company.
Right.
And so we're gonna go take a look around because it's like a mini museum.
Right.
And then they have a really great mini documentary at the end.
Yeah.
So right now we're gonna look around the museum.
So just show some of the pictures here. Now, you heard about the Walt Disney animatronic they're going to debut this year at Disneyland, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Where are they gonna put it?
It's going to be with Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. They're going to alternate, I think, between the two of them.
Okay.
Mr. Lincoln, they have the animatronic over here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Mr. Lincoln?
It's really crazy. Right now, I'm reading actually a biography on Walt Disney, and some of his early life is absolutely amazing. This guy was a go-getter, dreamer from the beginning. Here's a great mock-up of Main Street, USA for Disneyland. When he envisioned what it was going to look like. Some of the cartoons that he drew. Some of the inspirations he got for the stories. What are you looking at over there, lawyer? I'm coming.
Come hither. Walt Disney's second grade school desk.
Wow.
In July 1956, Walt Disney and his brother Roy paid a visit to their hometown of Marceline, Missouri. While visiting the school he attended as a child, Walt was shown a school desk, seen in this photograph, carved with the initials W.D.
Wow. That's crazy.
Oh, speaking of Mr. Lincoln, here it's talking about how Abraham Lincoln inspired Walt Disney. When Walt was a boy, one of his biggest heroes was Abraham Lincoln. From the 5th grade on up, he recalled, I always came around on Lincoln's birthday to all the classes with my crepe paper hair beard with the mole, a stovepipe hat I made by using a derby and putting a cardboard thing on top and painting it black, and my dad's coat. I'd come in and go through the Gettysburg Address.
Wow. You know, Walt Disney was one of 5 brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was kind of crazy. He had, I think, he had 3 older brothers. One of them was Roy. And he had a younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
So.
There's a picture of Walt and Roy.
Yeah, right here.
When Walt was growing up, his family was just barely making ends meet. For Christmas and birthdays, Walt recalled, my brother Roy was the one who would always see that my sister Ruth and I had a toy. Roy was one of the kindest fellows I've ever known in my life.
Yeah, that's why they went into business together, I think.
And I believe Roy Disney took over as CEO when Walt passed.
Yeah.
He was the CEO when Magic Kingdom opened here in Disney World. And then I believe he passed away only about a month after the park opened.
Yeah. There's Tyler. Tyler's over here. Steamboat Willie. Dreams and innovations. Almost said innovations.
Mm-hmm.
Doors are open.
Okay. I think we're going to take a look around first. And here's about the Silly Symphonies over here. You know what the first Silly Symphony was?
What?
The skeleton dance.
Oh, yeah.
Spooky, scary
Skeletons that shivers down your spine. That's all I think of when I see the skeleton dance.
Yeah.
And this was his first color cartoon. The Flowers and Trees that introduced color to animation, but it was the 1935 short The Band Concert that brought Mickey into the full spectrum of Technicolor.
Isn't this where also Donald Duck debuted?
No, Donald Duck debuted in Liza Lohan.
Oh, okay.
But it was, I think, the first cartoon where the two of them were in the same cartoon.
Oh,
As a
okay.
matter of fact, Goofy was also in that cartoon, but he wasn't known as Goofy at the time.
What was he
He was
known
known as Dippy Dog.
Dippy Dog.
Oh yeah.
This is the multi-plane camera. This explains it. It's like this. You know, they put different cells on different platforms.
How to take a painting
They were able to
and
make it into a
behave
3D
like a real
picture.
piece of scenery under the camera.
Or not 3D, but they were able to make it more.
Different elements in the scene were separated according
Wasn't
to the
flat.
various
You can see
distances
like
from the
that's how they
viewer.
do it.
With our original picture broken down in this manner, it is possible to control the relative speed with which each individual part of it moves to or away from the camera.
That's amazing.
Here
guys.
now is our same
He
moonlight scene,
invented that thing
the way the
too.
multiplane camera sees it.
Here's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the first ever full-length animated picture. Sound heard around the theater. Also, Fantasia. Dancing Man, prototype figure. Performer Buddy Epson was filmed against a background created as a reference for programming the movements of the early dimensional animated figures. Walt Disney built the elaborate opera house set himself, guided by a design from animator Ken Anderson. I'll talk about his railroad. We got a chance to actually see that his train at the Walt Disney Museum, Family Museum, San Francisco. That was impressive. Hey, Tyler, I saw this and Tyler pointed out to me that's exactly what they were talking about over there. Walt's desire to expand the horizons of animation led to the creation of his first three-dimensional animated figure, Project Little Man, the 1/8 scale tap dancing vaudevillian. Walt envisioned building a series of dioramas featuring these miniatures, animated figures, an idea that would ultimately lead to the creation of Disneyland. And of course, you see there's Buddy Epson right there. Here's here, True Life Adventures. Walt believes that the best way to educate was to entertain at the same time, focusing on his passion for the world of animals. He put this idea to the test through a new breed of short films called True Life Adventures. The 13-film series went on to win 8 Academy Awards, taught the importance of the environment to new generations, and spawned the whole genre of today's nature films. So he was kind of like one of the first documentary filmmakers, because these were all like documentary films here. So it's kind of amazing, you know, this guy had such a huge imagination, he would think all this stuff up. And he had just a love for nature. That's one of the reasons why he did it. And here you see this very famous sign from Disneyland as we go under every time and we go into Disneyland. Sleeping Beauty's castle.
Reproduction of the original model of Disneyland's Sleeping Beauty Castle, the original built by Imagineer Fred Jorger, I believe that's how you pronounce it, in 1954, is currently on display at Disneyland.
Wow.
You're just talking about some early Disney television.
Yeah.
Made his network television debut on Christmas Day 1950 with the broadcast of 1 Hour in Wonderland, a special promoting the release of the animated feature Alice in Wonderland.
Magic of television. Magic made real. As the legend goes, Walt was sitting on a park bench watching his daughters play when the first came up with the idea for Disneyland. He imagined a magical place where both children and their parents could have fun together. The result was the world's very first theme park, Disneyland. This is amazing. What do you got over here, Logan?
Disneyland Model
Oh my gosh.
2005. Built to commemorate the park's 50th anniversary, this model showcases Disneyland just as it appeared on opening day, July 17, 1955. During the development of Disneyland, artists and Imagineers created miniatures like these to help visualize what the park might become. Here's little snippets
Yeah.
from Walt Disney.
Wow. So Frontierland, Adventureland, Main Street, Fantasyland, and Tomorrowland. So that's what it looked like when it opened.
Yes.
Wow.
Here's Tomorrowland. Frontierland?
Yep.
There's Adventureland, I think. And
Fantasyland is at the top.
And of course now, I think even further back, they now have Toontown and then Galaxy's Edge.
Yep.
And
Remember the model we saw when we were at the Family Museum?
yeah, the Walt Disney Family Museum in San Francisco, California.
Yeah.
Highly recommend checking that place out
Yeah.
if you are a Disney fan. Goes even into more depth about Walt Disney's
Yeah.
career than this museum here.
Right. It's kind of crazy. Got it's about the Mickey Mouse Club over here and some of the outfits. And a net doll. I didn't even know they had one. That Pooh Channel was one of the original Mouseketeers in the Mickey Mouse Club. Walt Disney personally cast her after seeing her in a dance recital. As a Mouseketeer, Annette's popularity grew. She starred in several serials, including Spin and Marty. Many Mickey Mouse Club collectibles featured her. Annette, an iconic star of the show, became a celebrity teen idol. Some of the pictures of that over there. Oh! California Adventure.
Oh, here's a fun fact. So it's talking about the opening day,
Yeah.
a broadcast on ABC. And it's talking about how there were celebrity guests. Do you know who one of those celebrity guests was?
Michael Jackson.
Hint, he was the 40th president of the United States. Starred in films
Ronald
such
Reagan.
as Bedtime, what is it, Bedtime for Bozo? Or
Bedtime with Bonzo.
Bedtime with Bonzo, yes. Ronald Reagan, back when he was an actor. And then, of course, Governor of California. And of course, whenever I think of that, I always think of Back to the Future. And who's vice president? Jerry Lewis? Yeah, of course, now it's talking about California Adventure, which was the parking lot for Disneyland.
It was.
Once upon a time. And now it is the 72-acre Disney
Yeah.
California Adventure that we know today.
It's actually crazy because I remember for our 5th anniversary, wedding anniversary, we went to Disneyland for a week, and we actually stayed across the street, walked across the parking lot, which we can't do now because it's got California Adventure sitting there, and then went into Disneyland for the day and we walked back. But it's nice. The California Adventure is a great park. If you've never been to California Adventure, I highly recommend you go at least once. It is a great park. Here's a model of it right here.
Paradise Pier concept model, Disney California Adventure 2008. This water slide amusement pier has provided fun and thrill since the park opened in 2001. This model displays initial concepts for a reimagining of the area with an emphasis on Victorian era charm and an extra touch of vintage Disney magic.
California Adventure.
Got some anchors to printers, some of the other Disney films, Dumbo, Pinocchio, Fantasia.
I have a pen and
And then,
In just a few minutes, you will.
I'm gonna make the
or
live action
in
Ariel
just
'cause it
5
pops
minutes,
back
one
out.
man
Okay.
stream, a motion picture tribute. Walt Disney will be
Yeah,
playing
some of the-
in
some of the
the
action
Idaho
is-
Museum.
some of the
If you're
props
interested in
from
seeing the film, please make your way down.
awards and
It is
costumes.
Reporter. Once again, one man stream, motion picture tribute will be playing in 4 minutes. Thank you.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Here's some of the other live out here. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Treasure Island, Mary Poppins, Swiss Family Robinson, Absent-Minded Professor. This one's great. That's one of my favorite movies. That the Parent Trap that they redid with Lindsay Lohan later on. Here is Cinderella Castle model. That kind of rushing is here's some of the other attractions from some of the other around the world. The Florida Project. Yeah, they've done a great job. This, you know,
literally moved better than Kylo Ren.
This is the original Mr. Lincoln animatronic. And these are the controls they use. They'll program into it. So, model of Spaceship Earth and Tower of Terror over here. And then we come over here to the cruise lines. Cinderella and Lucifer atrium figures. A model of a Disney Wish. And then back here, they got some props and costumes from the live action Little Mermaid.
You don't just have the props and costumes.
Yeah, my daughter's back there.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna go meet her.
Mermaid Stream, and we'll tribute to Walt Disney
Jade
playing
Mermaid.
theater at the Disney Museum.
That's really cool.
If you're interested in seeing the film, please make your way down to the end of the corridor at this time. For those of you in the lobby, please remain behind the yellow line until the doors have fully opened. Once inside the theater, please select any available row,
Yeah.
even the top row is available.
A couple
for
of minutes
guest
left
traveling
before
and devices
we
and
go
their-
inside. Some more costumes. This is from Descendants, Rise of Red.
Oh.
If you guys would like to come and see it, just head on down to the theater. On down.
These are some from the Moana 2. It's pretty cool. Let's see what's over here before we go. Some more costumes from
The Rise of Red.
Descendants, Rise of Red. And the Sorcerer's Cookbook.